Welcome friends, let's answer the question where this says increasing and where it's decreasing. So where is it increasing? Look at the picture from left to right. So always have like a direction in mind. So look where I'm tracing. It's clearly the case that the function from left to right is going up, all the way up, up, up. Follow the arrows, it's all the way up to here. You might be tempted to talk about what's happening along the y-axis, but that is not how we write the answer down. Instead, what you have to understand is when we talk about intervals of increasing and decreasing, where functions are increasing and decreasing, you got to be looking at the x-axis. So while I began drawing over here, going up to here, we still have to imagine that you're going to begin at negative infinity in terms of the x-axis. And then you're going to come all the way down to about here along the x-axis at first. When they poke it down to here, that's about -2. So in other words, it goes from negative infinity up to -2 along the x-axis. That's where the y-coordinates get bigger and bigger and bigger. Write that down as the first answer. So intervals of increase. I would say negative infinity, comma, -2. That's one of them. That's not the only one though. Where else is this function increasing? Again, look from the low point now. Over here, let me do it in green. And look very carefully. Follow the arrows. You see how the y-coordinates here are getting in bigger and bigger from left to right? This function is rising here. If you follow the arrows, you got to look up to the x-axis to see where that begins happening. That's how you decide on that, not by looking along the y-axis. That means that seems to begin here at about 1.5 in terms of x, and then it continues forever this way towards positive infinity along the x-axis. So intervals of increase would be negative infinity, comma, -2, and then you union that. So with a little union symbol, and you union it with 1.5, comma, positive infinity. So maybe here I should have also drawn this kind of situation, okay, like this, you see? So from negative infinity to -2, the y-coordinates get bigger, and then from 1.5 to positive infinity, the y-coordinates again get bigger. That means literally from left to right, it's as if you were climbing a hill. So the next question then is interval decrease. Let's write that down. So that's equivalent logically to just imagining where are you sliding down the hill. So that would seem to be about the peak point here. That's like a mountain, right? And then you slide down here. You see this? All the way down, you slide down to here. So that begins where? You got to then look up to the x-axis or down to the x-axis. So beginning with this first peak point, let's call it A right there. Look at it very carefully. You look down to the x-axis. That begins at -2. Do not look at the y-axis. So that means you're going to have the following. -2, comma. I just wrote the -2 comma here under interval of decrease. And then it's going to continue from -2 over to 1.5 positive, you see? At 1.5 positive, when you're at the trough here, again, do not look at the y-axis, look up at the x-axis to get that value of 1.5. That's where you stop. So -2 comma 1.5, close with the parentheses. I'll see you in another video.